Thank you.
I'm Nalysia. This is Chef Chad, also known as the Cambodian Cowboy, Battambong BBQ, and this is Hawk Tea with Shlap Muan. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, so my name is Hawk. Started Shlap Muan as a like a love child, like a homage to my parents. Basically, Shlap Muan is the Cambodian word for chicken wings. If you guys don't know what Shlap Muan is, it's not just a word that flew out there. It started up in San Francisco. COVID happened. I had to bring back home. So originally from Southern California, things were going well up there, and then COVID kind of like taking my business. So I had to bring it back home to LA. So.
My name is Chad Pool. I'm with Battambong BBQ, and same story. I had a full-time job, got laid off during COVID. I've been living here in Southern California most of my life, in 5 years out of the 43 years in Amarillo, Texas. So when I got laid off, I had like a newborn, a family. I didn't know what to do, so I did what I love most, which is cooking and chefing. And I just put it all into my barbecue, a little bit of Texas barbecue that took my road to Amarillo, Texas, and a little bit of Cambodian, because Long Beach is like the largest Cambodian population. So I worked my smoker. It was kind of tough at the beginning, but I never gave up. Just you love what you do, you have that passion, and week after week, and then it just blew up. And one day I went viral. I was on national news, local news. So that's how I started Battambong BBQ.
That's awesome. I followed the both of you for the last few months or so, and have really seen you guys grow. What contributed to the success of you? Because you started in the last 3 or 4 years, same as you.
Same.
So what kind of business moves or opportunities did you guys kind of invest in, and really saw the impact of it?
So for me, you want to take it first? Or me?
Yeah. For me, it's just while working, being consistent, always prepping, because I work in surgery before that, working in OR. So it was very meticulous how I handled my instrumentation, assisting the surgeon, suturing, visualization, microscopic stuff, just setting it up. So never, always day in and day out, just being very mindful of my setup, a nice clean platform, and just working week after week, getting better and better at what I do. So that's my go-to to succeed in the barbecue business.
So for us, we never wanted to be a gimmick in the beginning, so I didn't want to put hot Cheetos on chicken wings to make it, So we wanted our food to speak for itself. So myself, if I don't eat the food, I'm not putting it out there. Plain and simple, right? So everything, all the sauces, all the seasonings, I come up with the seasonings and sauces. Even the fry of the wings, if you notice, it's crispy on the outside, moist on the inside, but it dry to the touch relatively, right? So that's all my technique. So for me, we wanted to be genuine. We didn't want to be a gimmick. So then, so it was slow. The growth was a little bit slow, but once people figure out who we were, the growth was a little bit more exponential. A lot of word of mouth advertisements, stuff like that. So, and then it's basically what it is. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
How would you describe Cambodian flavors for any of us who may not have experienced Cambodian food beforehand or before today?
Yeah, Cambodian flavors, it's been around for a long time because of, a lot of recent tragedy during the war. But our culinary roots goes back thousands and thousands of years, and everything is very aromatic, meaning that's we're from the root, whether it be lemongrass, turmeric, galanga. Those are like the staples of Cambodian dishes. Then, of course, our neighbors like Laos and Thai and Vietnam, they share some similarity of the ingredient, but we have a lot of application towards these things, and all the food is very organic. It has to be made fresh. It can't be stored or frozen or anything. So that's how Cambodian cuisine is to me and to a lot of other people.
Yeah, I see Cambodia as a melting pot of a lot of cultures, a lot of trades and stuff like that. So you got a lot of Asian influence in Cambodia too, much like Thai and Vietnamese. So there's just different interpretations of flavors, right? So a lot of the staples that we use, like Chad was alluding to, we take what we have and we make the best of it, like lemongrass, which grows in abundance, kaffir lime leaf, which basically grows in abundance. We take all these flavors that with this abundant, and then we try to make the best flavor as we can. So there's a lot of fresh ingredients, muted with a lot of strong flavors too. So.
And as a business, what are some challenges either before or ongoing that you face running a restaurant or a food business?
You want to go first? There's always gonna be challenges, whether it's staffing or it's just like any business. I don't think the restaurant is separate from any type of business, any type of small business. You have challenges with hiring, you have challenges with regulations, you have challenges with taxes, you have challenges with people not showing up just because they don't want to show up, or regulatories. You got to try to be on top of it as much as you can, but you never can be on top of it. So the best thing that I do is I try to be as adaptive as I can. The situation arises, you make the best course of actions based on your experience. So.
Yeah, similar to Hawk, just finding good help, and in my line of culinary, which is a smoked barbecue, so there's not a lot of pit masters out there here in Southern California, so it's really hard to teach the chemistry, the science behind smoke and heat and wood. So you have to understand and apply it with all the different meats, whether it be your soft meats such as tri-tip pork belly or chicken, and then your hard meats such as long-term, like 18, 19 hours smoking the brisket. That's a lot of commitment, for a fast-paced, basin here like LA and Orange County. So it's really hard for me to find good help. But those are the challenges. But the challenges to a small business like me and Hawk, like when we see those challenges and obstacle, we go for it because it makes our brand better. It makes us better as a boss, and hopefully, the employees, they see the hard work that we do, how much we care about our food and our patrons, and they will be motivated by that.
Absolutely. And from reflecting on your journey, your culinary journey, what are some things that you both are most proud of?
I'm just very proud that I'm like one of the old guys out of these amazing Asian American new eateries in Southern California and in America. I'm going to be 52, and I've just been so blessed that I'm able to sustain it and be an inspiration to younger people. I just I like to do what I love and smoke barbecue, especially my Cambodian roots. It means a lot to me because we're Americanized, we get assimilated, but we never let go of our roots because that's defined who we are as Asian Americans. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm just proud that my food exemplify like that, my journey through life here in Southern California and when I was raised in Cambodia and a little bit in Texas.
Basically, it stems with the fact that there's not a lot of representation in Cambodian cuisines. You see a lot of Thais, you see a lot of Vietnamese, but they've done a great thing with their culture, right? We didn't do anything for ourselves as Cambodians, and that's what I saw as a child who grew up in the restaurant industry. You come over to America, you work in the donut shop, you work in Chinese food. That's not really your culture, right? So you don't really have the identity. So then I saw that my parents were retiring. I saw all these restaurants that I used to go to. Everybody's retiring. The older generation was retiring, so then nobody represented ourselves. So for me, I started Shlap Muan because I wanted that representation of Cambodian cooking. And I gravitated towards him because he did the same thing as far as like bringing Cambodian flavors to a new way of doing food, right? So the way I tell everybody is like every culture has a fried chicken recipe. It doesn't matter where you go. Mid-East, Midwest, Southeast, Asia, everywhere has fried chicken, but no two culture does it the same, right? You can teach technique, but you cannot teach creativity, right? So your voice comes through with your food. So then for me, it's like I want my flavors that I grew up eating to come out with the food that I put out. So basically, these are all memories from my youth. So if you see my story, these are all memories that I grew up eating. Like we were never rich coming to America. Food was always the best thing that we've had, right? So we came together to cook. So then these are all memories that I kind of grew up with. So that's the type of things I want to put out with Shlap Muan. I wanted to be the catalyst for people to get introduced to Cambodian food, right? If you like my Cambodian food and his Cambodian food, maybe you search out more traditional Cambodian food, right?
Yeah.
And there's a plethora of Cambodian food in Anaheim Street. So
Yeah, I was just gonna segue into what are some of recommendations, for anyone who wants to explore more Cambodian food. Do you guys have like a top 3 recommendations that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, my number one since I was a kid. So this staple that's been in Cambodia town called Phnom Penh noodle. So I know the dad, I know the mom. Now I know the kids. They're my friends, and I go there a lot because I could find like a traditional Cambodian Chinese noodle soup because that's our breakfast. What I grew up. I don't really eat noodle dishes or rice dishes after 12. Because traditionally it's like a morning staple. So that will be my number one. My number two would be Sophie. So when she moved here from Oregon, because she used to live in Oregon, when she opened up her first shop on Anaheim Street, I was still in high school and I would frequent that place, a lot, like once a week, and they make really good, delicious, modern Cambodian cuisine. So I like Sophie's, and my number three is Crystal Thai. So Crystal Thai is like your grandma's kitchen, your aunt's kitchen. They have all the soup, all the fried fish, because growing up in Cambodia or even Southeast Asia, you have all the different types of fishes that you're used to, and the different vegetables that you're accustomed to. So they have a lot of variety of dishes that make you feel at home. So Crystal Thai, those would be my number three. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. He named some really good ones. My only recommendation is to look for some smaller ones that you can go support, because a lot of times they are struggling. So the north side has a lot of good Cambodian eateries, but they're struggling, So basically, definitely, if you want to get your foot into the door, definitely just go be adventurous. Just pick something. Just ask the chefs, ask the owner, like what's good here, what does people order, what's popular here. Support a lot of people on the north side. A lot of people, they're struggling and stuff like that. So definitely, there's a big Cambodian community in Long Beach. So don't be afraid to go say hi.
I think we just have a couple minutes for any questions. Would any of you guys have any questions for these two?
Can you tell us about the names of your, what do they mean, or what's the name of your?
Our sauces and seasonings and stuff like that?
The Shlap Muan.
Oh, Shlap Muan. So Shlap Muan is the Cambodian word for chicken wings. Slap. Yeah, so slap is the flap. It's phonetically, well, there's like 20 different ways to spell it. This is the way I spell it because it's a fun word to say, right? Shlap, right?
Shlap.
Westerners get the name from a marketing standpoint. Westerners get the name, but from a more cultural standpoint, it's rooted in culture, right? Slap is basically the flap. Muan is chicken, right? If you say it in 2 syllables, salap, it's to kill. So don't say it in 2 syllables, okay? You gotta say it slap, okay? So 1 syllable is wings, 2 syllables is the kill. Okay, so Shlap Muan is basically chicken wing, or wing of chicken.
The reason why I named my barbecue joint Battambong BBQ is because of my Cambodian heritage. I know a lot of people, even my own friends in the community, like, why don't you call Chad's barbecue joint or something? But I wanted to keep my tradition because I love the province that I was born, because my grandpa was a rice farmer. So I wanted people to know about Cambodian barbecue. The only way is to keep the name. So, there's a province called Battambong. It's more farm, more agriculture, so I kept that name. Mm-hmm. So that's where I was born and raised until I was 8 years old.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Do you guys see yourselves going back to your old careers, or this is it, 100%?
Oh, that's it for me. I do get a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors and surgery center call me to help out in surgery, and I think it's time to move on, and just going away from the OR, I didn't know how much anxiety I had. Just have a patient out there on the table, someone's mom, someone's dad, some brother, sister in an LMA. But you have to have everything ready. When I stepped away from it, I didn't have that anxiety because it was with me for like 20 years. But when you're in your industry, you don't really think about it until you step away. But yeah, I don't think I'd go back. But they do try to recruit me here and there every other month. They try to come by.
I don't. I like shorts. I like wearing shorts. I like wearing shorts. I like wearing Crocs. I like wearing T-shirts. So, I couldn't do that in my prior life. Wife and I, we went all in. We cashed out our 401ks, started our business. Things were going really well, and COVID happened, and things were going really bad. So we're all in, regardless of what it is. So, pass or fail, at least we gave it a shot. That's how we saw it. And then our baby came along. Then we're like, okay, we're really in. So, yeah.
All right, I do have one last question. We know where to find you on social, but where can we find you in person to get more of these great, delicious food?
I'm here locally, so I start off Thursday at the Bixby Nose Farmers Market in North Long Beach on 46th Street and Atlantic over there. And then Friday, I'm always at a 10 Mile Brewing in Signal Hill, which is on Orange and Willow right there before the cemetery. Then every Saturday, I'm at 3 Weaver in Inglewood. There's a brewery next to Randy's Donuts right there. And I'm releasing the Cambodian Cowboy Coffee Stout soon with them. So it'll be my second time, collaborating, getting my own beer And then Sunday we finish down up the street at Trademark Brewing on Long Beach Boulevard and Anaheim Street. So that's where you'll find me.
Yeah. For us, we have a brick and mortar on the north side of Long Beach. South and Cherry is probably the closest one. We have a ghost kitchen probably like a mile down the street on Daisy and Anaheim. Place north for DoorDash and Grubhub. Setting up another ghost kitchen in Pasadena. Everybody in Pasadena. And Sundays, Smorgasburg. We have a residency in Smorgasburg. So if you haven't been out there, really fun to be out there. So we have a residency out there. So social media. That's a good way to find us.
Well, let's give it a hand for these two gentlemen. And I want to close it out by saying thank you in Khmer, which is Akun. So, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, John. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys.